Good morning. Welcome to a beautiful day in Winnipeg. I was almost broke into song with Mr. Rogers' theme. You know, how does it go? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Problem is, that's almost sacred, and it would be sort of a sacrilege to try and sing it and apply it to my show. Yeah. Yeah, that was a classic. I can still remember my kids watching that. Anyway, all right. I don't see any reason now why we are not going to be able to finish step 36 today. It's just got some easy little plastic parts here. 1, 2, 3 little modules that are made up of these little pieces here, which I still have to clean up. Yeah, I got pretty sidetracked with this thing here, and I want everybody to know that while it does look okay at arm's length, I am not happy with the way the job I did. It was just, I was just like a bull in a china shop with some of the soldering and with the over gluing, and it just I think once it's painted, it's going to be okay. And I was wondering now, how am I going to paint this thing? Because there are so many angles here. Is my thumb in your way? Okay, there. I can only bend my hands so far this way. I'm not one of those robots that can just go round and round and round. Okay, yeah, there's so many angles that I'm going to want to use the airbrush. I'm going to use the airbrush on it. And I was thinking earlier this morning, how could I hold this? You know, because no matter what you hold it on, you're going to have to repaint that spot. Now, I suppose I could hold it, you know, like by one of the legs with a self-locking tweezer. Actually, that might not be a bad idea. But what I was thinking is, I checked, I paged ahead in the manual several pages. I think this particular module we're working on, it covers about 10 or 11 steps. So yeah, it's going to take us a while to get through the diesel engine room. Anyway, when we view it, we actually view it. Let me just set it down here. This way, okay? We don't see this backside. So I was thinking, well, what I could do is I could drill a tiny little hole in this end that we don't see anyway, and just put a little pin or something, or a needle or something like that, or even a cocktail stick up in it, and that way I can hold it and manipulate it around. But when I was starting to talk about it here a moment ago, and I thought about the self-locking tweezer, you know, maybe that would not be a bad idea. I think that the tweezers should hold it, and the airbrush isn't going to blow it around. Yeah, so I think something like this might actually be better, and then just paint that one little tiny millimeter long length of the bottom of the leg. Yeah, I don't see why that shouldn't work. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to drill the hole. This is a lot faster, and I think I've been wasting a lot of time doing stuff. You know, messing around doing stuff I really don't need to. Now, it really doesn't matter if I get this thing done, you know, by Christmas time or whatever I thought I might, or I don't. I mean, so what? The whole idea of this model table is to give me something to do, something that I enjoy doing. And I'm not worried about the fact that I've only got 4 ships completed over there. You know, it's you know, four ships in 5 years. That's not very fast building, is it? You know, compared to some people. Like I think the fastest modeler that I've seen on the internet, in YouTube anyway, and I haven't watched a lot. There's a few that I watch. There's Jason Port, and then there's Nigel, I watched a little of that. Steve in the model shed, I watched him a bit. Um, but the fastest, without question, is Peter in. I was going to say Australia, but he's in Thailand now. He is fast. Wow. It's. I think he did the. It seems like he did the Yamato overnight. Well, it wasn't that fast, but it was fast. So, but I think one of the reasons why he's fast is because he doesn't waste a lot of time videoing. Now, I shouldn't say waste a lot of time. It's what you like to do. This is what I like to do. And I know I've mentioned this to death, but it's a real challenge to me to be able to put my macro lens on and see if I can show in detail doing some messing up some little tiny insignificant part. Well, that's actually not an insignificant part. It is actually going to be quite visible when we have the model hanging on the wall. And that's where this submarine is going to go. It won't fit in the case, it's too long. So it's going to hang on the wall. And I pretty much got an idea of what kind of case I'm going to make for it. It's going to have to be light, but also dustproof. So, and see-through. But it only has to be see-through more or less from the side, not so much even from the top. So I'm thinking a piece of plexiglass, 2 inches longer than this model is going to be long. I forget. I used to know how long it was, and maybe 24 inches deep, and that way you should be able to see it. Anyway, that's the plan right now, but that's quite a ways away. There is a place here in Winnipeg that sells plexiglass. The problem is it's sort of like an industrial place, and you have to buy an entire sheet. You can't just go in and tell them you want a piece 5 feet long by 24 inches high. I know somebody's going to be saying, "Hey, Ron, you're Canada's metric, and you're giving it to us in inches." Yes, Canada's metric, but I'm also not 14 years old, and that's the way I think. I think the old way. I still think in miles, feet, inches, pounds, and then I have to quickly convert it to kilometers, etc., etc., etc. I'm getting better. Like these little weights that I've got over here. These are these are metric. For instance, this is 100 grams, and they're supposed to be really accurate. I bought these to calibrate a scale. Okay, enough about that. I've made a lot of crazy things. I made 2 or 3 different balance scales. This is back. I don't know if I should tell you this or not, but I used to make my own wine and beer. So to weigh out the sugar, I thought I should make a scale. So I made a scale, and a tip scale, like a balance scale, and if you know exactly how much anything weighs within reason, then you can calibrate the scale so that when you slide something along it, it's graduated so that you can actually weigh something really, really accurately. I remember I used to mail stuff to my mother in Kelowna about 15, 20 years ago, and so what I would do is I would weigh it on my homemade scale before I went to the post office, and then of course the post office has a super accurate, expensive scale that weighs in grams, and I was always amazed at how my scale was dead on. Oh, anyway, hey, how did we get onto that? We're trying to finish up step 36 here. It's almost like I don't want to do it. I think what I should do is press stop here, get these parts cleaned up, and then I'll bring you back, and we'll try and glue them together. And we'll try not to over glue it. My goodness. Okay. Let's just get at it here. Okay. Missy the dog is due to come by here any minute. And we are ready. Now, to finish up step 36. May as well start from left to right. Alright. This should be fairly easy. Maybe doing it on top of my manual is artistic, but not a good idea. I've already got a coffee stain here. Yeah, I think I did that about a week ago. No, excuse me. Okay, let's recompose here, and stop with the artsy fartsy stuff, and try and get a practical what? Recompose? Oh, somebody was saying they should start a drinking game. Every time Ron says, let's recompose, they take a drink. Yeah, I'm sure glad I don't do that anymore. Now, I just saw something you might say is kind of really sad while I was sort of recomposing here. And remember I said I wasn't going to be artsy-fartsy? I don't know, it just comes natural. I try to make everything look nice in the scene. Anyway, Lorraine came out with Penny the cat in the cat cage, and she's walking very hurriedly to her car. And I couldn't hear what she was saying, but I could hear her saying comforting words to the cat. And she gets in the car and very hurriedly heads off down the street. Yeah. That's sad, you know. Penny the cat is 18 years old and not doing well. Anyway, Missy the dog, a few minutes later, took Max for a walk. So soon or very soon, I imagine my doorbell's going to ring, unless I see them coming. And, well, we're ready. We got the GoPro ready. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, my heart goes out to them, you know, when you're losing a pet. I think I mentioned this, but Nigel lost his dog about, I guess 2 months ago now. That's sad. I know what it is to lose a dog, so. Okay, let's see if we can glue these together here. Hello, Missy.
Oh.
Hello, Missy. Let's go see Max.
Oh, the eagle has landed.
I was just telling the viewers that I saw something kind of sad this morning. About, I guess, 15 minutes ago now, I saw Lorraine very hurriedly taking Penny the cat. So I take it something not good is happening.
Going in this morning, they got the gluconometer in the town, and they're going to test her out on the gluconometer, and so we'll see. Try to control the blood glucose and keep the cat alive another day.
So it wasn't an emergency thing like.
No, she had
oh,
the
that's
appointment.
good.
She made the appointment last night.
Oh, that's good.
We didn't know about the appointment when I was talking to you yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, I heard I saw her coming out and getting into the car rather hurriedly, and she seemed to be talking words of comfort to the cat, and I was thinking, oh my, this does not look good. This does not look good. But yeah.
The old cat, 9 lives, probably only used 7 of them.
So we've got 2 to go, right?
2 to go.
2 to go. Yeah, 2 to go.
How are you today?
I'm good. Isn't it a beautiful morning?
I think it's going to be hot though.
Yeah, it's going to be a repeat of yesterday, but not as bad, I don't think. It's like right now it feels beautiful. At least I think it does.
Are you going to head out on the motorcycle this morning?
I'm going to give it a whirl probably around mid-morning, yeah. I gotta curb my rides. This business is sitting on the bike for sometimes over an hour in a day.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta limit myself to maybe 30 minutes or less.
Why?
Well, first of all, it burns gas and pollutes the atmosphere.
That motorcycle is not burning a lot of gas.
No, it's not.
Do you not have enough time to do all the editing and things on your videos?
Well,
Or are you getting bored?
no. You mean bored with riding?
Yeah.
Oh no. I every time I come in, I want to stay out longer.
Oh, well, that's great.
But there's only so much a person can do, or should do. Let's put it that way. It's not like I have to go someplace.
Well, do as much as you can. God knows it won't be forever.
That's right. The white stuff is coming. Now that was sort of good news, wasn't it? About Penny the cat. But I think that what's happening is that the inevitable is just being prolonged. And, okay. This may not be a good idea. I think I should get a new blade here. The point on this is broken off. Usually I can stick the point in and then, peel it off like that. Okay, now the idea of this, and I've never actually done this before. I've never used this double-sided tape on my green cloth. It could be that it's going to not come out of there. And I'll be thinking another stupid mistake. Okay, now the idea is that if I can spread this out a little bit here. Now, when I put this piece onto here, it's going to stay in place. Let's just do a dry run here. Yeah, that should work. Okay, now I think as long as the camera's running, we may as well do a wet run. I may as well do this one as well. Especially where the sprue connection was, it's going to, like right here and right here. Make sure that that's going to soften. Alright, now maybe I should be using the tweezers here because I don't want to get that on my fingers. Now I can't pick it up. This isn't working. I should have had it twisted around the other way. Oh, heck with it. Heck with it. Oh, come on. I'm going to have to re-glue here. Okay, now make sure that this is square. And then what I can do is after that hardens where the seam is and where it's oozed out, I can just sort of scrape that off. And then once it's painted, well, I don't think we'll even see where the seam was. Okay, let's just see now. Can I get this off? Okay, I think I got that pretty good. It looks pretty square to me. You know, even though there are little holes and pins that we're using there, the part can be, you know, manipulated a little bit. All right, now is this going to come out, or is this going to be another stupid mistake? Well, it's not sticky or anything, so I guess, yeah, that kind of worked. I don't think I personally want to, you know, leave this gummy stuff on there very long, but okay. We got 2 more pieces to make. Our sunrise this morning was having a bit of a battle with the clouds, but after a while it eventually broke through. And our walkers did come by, as per usual, as per always. Yes. It doesn't seem to be going. Let's just hold it down here. All right, let's do it this way. Let's soften the hole. Try and poke it down. Oh. Okay, it went now. All right. I don't think it matters where this this little handle or crank thing is positioned. I think it can be any place, and it's going to look good. Okay, let me just check the monitor. Yeah, that looks like it's down. Okay, 1 more piece to go and 36 is done. Okay, after these 2 halves are glued together, this cap goes on the end, something like that. But just for the time being, we'll just sort of get it out of the way here. Now this piece is not taped down, so it's having a tendency to move on me. Now, the reason I do the whole thing like this is just to get rid of any little burrs that might be sticking up that's going to hold the parts, you know, apart. I think I more or less got it here. Now this is not the quick setting, so now is this going to work? Why is that not going together? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, we're sort of getting it. But not really. What's happening there? Let's just get some glue in the crack, and let's be careful now not to get my fingers on it. Maybe when I was cleaning up right there where my fingernail is, I scraped a little bit too much off. I'll have to look on the other side. Yeah, it's going. Oops. Am I getting fingerprints on there now? I remember Jason Port did a tutorial on how to get rid of fingerprints when you do that. Okay, I think we've messed with this enough. Let's just leave it. Set it like that and recompose, and raise the camera up so that you can see the top of this thing, and we'll put the cap on. Now I'm noticing there's a bit of a pattern on the top of this thing. I don't know which way it's supposed to go, but we'll try and get it so that when it's going to be square. Okay, did that go on? Just check the monitor here. That looks pretty good. Okay. Okay. You know what this means, right? Means we get to turn the page. 36. I'm scared to look. Okay. 37. I don't think there's too many new parts, and I am not seeing anywhere on here where it's got PE, photo etch. None of the parts have a PE on them, so all right. 1 minute after 10. I have not done any editing yet. I don't know what's turned out and what hasn't. Probably all turned out. Usually does. However, I think what I want to do is take advantage of this nice morning, and I want to go out and have a quick scoot. Don't know where I'm going to go. Probably just to Bird's Hill and back. And I think you might have heard me tell Max I want to cut my rides a little bit short. I don't know. Don't need to be sitting on the motorbike for an hour. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I'm going to go do. I'll put the ride up. It'll probably be ride number Honda Rebel number 83, I think it'll be, if you want to see where I went. I won't, because I'm not going to dub any of it in like I usually do. Oh, I might, I don't know. I might not be able to control myself. Anyway, yeah, it's really nice out there right now. It's not too hot. The air isn't all muggy. Yeah, good. It's a good morning to go for a bike ride. What I think I might do, viewers in other countries have mentioned Tim Hortons. And one of the viewers saw me drive by a Tim Hortons. He says, you should go into Tim Hortons. I just might do that next week. Or sometime. And yeah, we'll just sort of have a place to go. Because right now it's the same old, you know. Go to Bird's Hill and back. Well, I like it. It's a very restful, smooth. And I know where the bumps are. Anyway, we'll probably see you back here. What do we got here? 2 minutes after 10 now. I'm guessing probably around noon, all being well, if I don't fall off my bike. Okay, we are back. I still haven't done any editing yet, so I think I better go do that right now. See where we're at. Maybe we'll take a look in 37 here, and maybe we'll have time to get a few parts, but maybe not. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how I feel when the time comes. After all, remember, this model table, it has to be about fun, right? And if you force yourself, the fun is gone. So right now I'm keeping it fun. See you back here, I'm guessing at least an hour. Okay, I made a mistake here earlier. Actually, 2 mistakes. First mistake was I said it was going to take about an hour or so to edit this out. Well, it looks like it took going on 2.5, 3 hours. Anyway, that's okay, I enjoyed it. Second mistake was I said there is no photo etch in step 37, but actually there is. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Okay, there's photo etch number 8 and number 3. Okay, here's number 8 and here's number 3, but they should be easy ones. It looks like they're just little caps that go on the end of this pipe here. But they're probably the kind of thing that wouldn't make any difference if they were there or not. But we'll put them on. And I'm going to wind her up here. Video is pretty long and it's getting pretty late. I'm not going to go out again on the motorcycle, even though it's a beautiful afternoon and it's not hot and muggy. I'm probably going to go out on the e-bike later this evening, all being well. Anyway, if you want to see the motorcycle ride from this morning, it'll be number 83, as mentioned. But I'm gonna call her quits here, folks. I've rambled on long enough. So thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we're gonna see you tomorrow.